Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to tonight's episode of Injustice, a Second Star Studios production of Pathfinder 2nd Edition, with me and the lovely gentleman you see before you, and even the not-so-lovely gentleman. They're playing as well.
Twitch. It's late.
It's not late. It's a normal
so
time.
late.
It's 7:20.
It's so late.
You can't tell me
time
that
change.
you're this tired at 8.
Hi, Twitch.
Hi, Twitch.
Hi, Twitch.
Twitch.
So,
I just gotta get on a soapbox and say we should stop with this daylight savings time bullshit.
I
This should be the last
no
time.
one here disagrees with you. This
It
shouldn't
passed
have
in
even
the
happened.
House, and
This
then
time
the
shouldn't
Senate
have
said,
happened.
"I don't want to hear that," and they haven't looked at it for like a year and a half.
yeah, well, the Senate.
It has-
Yeah,
No,
You're
didn't-
saying,
wait,
like-
is it stuck in the Senate or the House?
it's stuck
I
in the
think
I
Senate.
mean,
passed the
It's stuck in the Senate, I'm pretty sure.
It passed
It
the
passed
House.
unanimously in one of them.
It's such an easy win.
Yeah,
it's-
well, they
it's not.
just
There
haven't
are tourism
fought
lobbies.
before.
It's a win
That's the
for
thing.
somebody. There are what? Lobbies?
Tourism lobbies.
Guys, we live in America.
Where
In case you didn't know that.
That's
you can
true.
get anything you want if you
what's
pay a
America?
lobbyist enough to ask for it from Congress.
But not in Arizona for all of our Arizona watchers. I'm thinking forward. We have those eventually.
That's right. all of our Arizona fans out there, you lucky bastards.
I don't think that I
Uh,
know anyone who lives in Arizona.
Shh.
I do.
Hi,
I don't know
Peter.
anyone who- I do know one person
hi,
who
Jerry.
lives in Arizona.
Hi, Jerry.
Hi, Jerry.
Hi, Jerry. Hi,
Hello.
Twitch.
All right, we're gonna go get to the part that all my players have been waiting for if they haven't already cheated, Cameron. And we're gonna do character art reveal.
How did you cheat on that? Wait,
Don't
stop.
go into Foundry. Stop it, Jerry. Stop.
Don't go on the Foundry. I'm already
Yes.
here, but I
No,
didn't.
no,
look-
do
I haven't
go into
looked-
Foundry, but don't
Don't-
open
I haven't
anything.
done it. I haven't
All
looked at the
right.
pictures. I haven't
Okay.
looked at
If
them.
you open the party,
Stop.
I
Don't
didn't.
do
I
that.
haven't done it yet. I haven't done it yet.
So-
I don't. I want to be. Okay,
Welcome
okay.
to a Second Star Studios production of Injustice. We are playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition. This is episode 7 of the actual campaign. There are 6 prequel episodes before that, so we're pretty deep in, and we've played very
Yeah, we
little
are.
actual Pathfinder.
God
You keep
damn
saying
it,
different
AJ.
numbers there.
Can I do the recap?
You can do the recap after we do character art reveal, because I want to go ahead and do that before people spoil themselves. I just want to catch everyone's reactions on stream so that you can boo and applaud accordingly.
You gotta give
So-
me like literally 15 seconds before you start,
I
and I'll be
can't-
back. Mike.
Oh my god.
I can't do that. I can't.
We're
do
also
it.
starting with Chokai.
You're gonna
Start
have
with-
to.
start
I'm
with
so
Tokai.
sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I was gonna go
I know what my stuff looks like,
alphabetically,
so-
but that's fine. We will start with Kai. Let's see, view character art and
Same as before.
Saradwin.
Ah,
Alphabetically by first name.
But AJ is alphabetical first.
That's right.
Turns out that Foundry compresses these images a lot, so stream just, I'm sorry, you're gonna get the best we got. I'm gonna switch this over to in-game here. And switch this to
Hi, Twitch.
speaker view. Awesome. Okay.
The
Starting with-
anticipation is killing me.
Kai. View character art. Show. Keep in mind that the actual. I'll distribute the actual images. They are of
See it.
higher. They are higher resolution than you're about to see. Here's
Jerry's
here's
about to
Shokai.
die.
That is okay. All right.
That's it.
All right. All right. All right.
That's
The hat.
sweet.
That's
I
the hat.
love that.
So
The hat.
Kai.
The hat, though.
The hat.
Yes, indeed. All right. Okay.
The difference between the quote unquote failure and that is like wow.
It's
Just-
significant.
That is awesome. Like the face, though.
Is the hat
Yeah.
made of feathers? That's cool.
No,
And also pretty
there are
metal.
Feathers on the top.
There are
No,
feathers
but
on the
look
top.
at the edge of them.
It looks like the
Oh.
edges are feathered.
The
Yeah.
edge looks kind of like feathers.
It could
too.
be feathered.
That's
It's meant to be straw hat, but I guess it could be
I don't.
feathered.
I'm drawn to this white band around the right wrist. It's just sorry, and the
that's cool.
tassels of the belt.
All right. Okay. So coming up next, Saradwin Dwin.
Come on,
And
Winnie.
there is
Oh
Sarah-
my god,
Wow.
he's so hot. Oh my god.
Wow.
He's pretty hot.
Smolder. Look at the smolder.
Look
There's
at
your
the
Clarice,
smolder.
ladies
the
and gentlemen.
one earring.
That's some
This is
blue.
like-
That's some blue steel right there. That's
Yes,
it
it
sure
is.
is.
If Asterion didn't become a vampire,
Look at the
I
gaunt.
was thinking just now, like that's an
Look at that
18-year-old.
jaw.
The armor.
Jawline.
Yeah, that's his scale mail armor. That's what AI
You could
thinks
cut
when you say
diamonds with
scale
that
mail.
jaw.
Is it
Sure
actually
could.
makes the armor out of scales? Next up we have Kijani.
My man. I'm extremely
The
happy.
secondary wine after it stopped.
That was beautiful.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
We have to
he's-
protect him at all costs.
That's true.
I think-
we do.
I think
protecting
you'll find
you
he'll be
more often.
protecting you quite a bit. Next up
Oh.
we have Oleander.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Oh,
How's
Oh, yeah.
swashbuckling?
Oh,
Look at
Lord.
that.
Ooh.
The
That's
sidekick.
the, that's the
The
Prince of Time
sidekick,
right
though.
there.
What
Ooh.
color is that? What color would we call that?
Ruby?
He
Ruby?
has
Okay.
he has a nightingale
Crimson.
cloak brooch.
I see.
Oh
I see that.
yeah, baby.
Caw-caw!
Yes.
Caw-caw!
That's right. All right.
The
Toph
belt
rose.
is a star?
It's supposed to be a compass rose, like
Oh,
for
that's
sailing.
cool.
I see that.
Here is Toph.
Ooh,
Oh.
bitch.
Also,
God.
Chris.
The hair is.
Wow. You know that like facial structure. Yeah, that's like an intense like. Are you sure you want to be making that decision right now?
Oh yeah, it's super
Ah.
judgmental. And finally,
It's
alphabetically,
super anime, and I love it.
Look at
We
the band
have-
of the arm though, and the jewelry.
Yeah.
He's very,
Oh,
he's very
man,
bejeweled.
all it's missing is a 9
here.
hovering.
I hate you! Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
And
yeah.
finally,
There
Vestrin
it
Quinn,
is.
Oh, wow.
Very French.
resident wizard.
Very
Wow.
For those of you out there who knows, she is serving. Look at it, appreciate it. Oh my god. Well done, Sydney.
Wow.
So, thank you.
She-
I'm
you
so
know
glad
what?
to have
She-
character right now.
Mm. She reminds me of like the art for Laura Visorin from Critical Role.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
love this little
I see
like
that.
gem in the chest. I don't know what it is, but
Me neither.
It's like
We'll
the
have to ask
earrings are
the
two
AI
different
gods.
colors. Like, that's
Is there like a
cool.
holly leaf in her, like on her hair pin?
You'd have to ask the AI gods.
Or the higher resolution pictures that we'll eventually get.
Yes, true. I'll post those into the chat tonight so you guys can
Wait,
see
question.
high resolution.
Answer.
Did you get it to do the background so it looks like those small apartments? Was that like intentional? Cause that.
I mean, I used the same background prompt for that image that I
Okay.
did for the other image I showed you guys. Actually, just for your viewing pleasure, while we get into the recap, which Mason has volunteered to give us, I'll go ahead and drop the full resolution art here.
may I?
Yes, please.
Okay. I am going to need y'all's help a little bit because I did not take great notes on the names that we chose to go by. So when I get to that part, you'll need to chime in with what you're actually going by in the city. So the beginning of last session, we woke up and were kind of deciding how to go about the day. There were a couple of different paths. We knew that Ganyan couldn't be too far, or we expected that he couldn't be too far given that he had to turn in his bounty. So a little bit of deliberation into whether or not we should go check on Ganyan or go ahead and take our test of citizenry, which is required to actually get into Veonaya proper. We decided to check on the bounties first. We went to the local bounty office, which is kind of like the post office in real life, along the actual port, and found that the bounty for Mananon, who was the man who hunted us and found us on Ganyan's kind of tip and lead, had already been claimed. We looked at the other bounties, but decided not to take up any of them and asked kind of general information. But given how large the kind of organization is, there wasn't much to find out. right? After doing this, we decided to use Vezran's highly advantageous knowledge of the test and years of studying at the university to our own kind of advantage, and had an intense study session whereby we all kind of figured out what the written exam was going to be like. For those who may not have watched last session, there are two pieces to the citizenry exam. There's the written exam, and then there's the practical exam. And your practical exam is set up specifically for you based on how you do on the written exam. We all went to take the written portion, the whole thing, and had to give pseudonyms. Well, obviously they wanted our real names, but
It was
in
recommended. Yeah.
in the effort to conceal our identities, we then rattled off all of our pseudonyms. Kijani is Kiki Longroot. And then here I will let the rest of you say what your name is.
Bassarin is Hyacinth Bouquet.
Yeah, yeah.
Spelled bucket.
Mm-hmm.
Bucket.
Tofros was Rosto Rickshar.
Treku Opak is Chokai.
Mm-hmm.
Anders Nightingale.
Narcisco Antonov.
Indeed.
You do look like a Narcisco Antonov now. That's an appropriate name, I think, at this point with the art.
Yeah. And so with all of our names, we walked into the test, and as our group is prone to do, started prodding at the proctor, asking questions of how the exam was going to go, when in a impressive kind of reverse burning effect, our exams appeared in front of us, and we began writing. After 30 minutes, the exams were done, the written portion, and we were escorted out and asked to wait until the practical portion of the exam. Once it got to the practical bit, Kijani went first. Try to remember the order. Kijani went first, followed by Anders,
Mhm.
followed by Narcisco,
That's true.
followed by Treku,
No, Hyacinth.
Ross.
I want to say I went last.
Okay, Hyacinth, and then Rosto, and then Treku.
That's true.
And then all we had to do was wait. We waited for some time until the results eventually came back, and I'm sure that they'll be brought up again. The numbers varied from good to great, but we all did well, and that's the important part.
Okay, let's stop. Let's stop there because we know that we all didn't do great.
And we all did
we
well,
know,
and that's the
we know we all didn't do great.
What was the
It's
What was the
okay.
quote? You're all citizens, right? Even
Ones
Yeah,
are
ones are
still
citizens.
citizens.
Even
Ones
ones are
are
citizens.
still citizens.
Yeah. And that is where we decided to leave off. We are now citizens. We can get into the country that houses the Count. Hold on, don't tell me. I've got his name. Don't.
Except not while Foundry. is dead.
Manigal. We now. Not that it will be so easy to walk up to the Rainbow Fall Plateau and just walk into Manigal's estate, but that is our kind of objective. So.
Indeed. All right. Yeah, I am reloading Foundry. If you give me just a moment.
I'm gonna go ahead and take that there point.
Yeah, take your extra hero point for the recap. A superb recapitulation, Mason.
Thank you. I chose the easy session.
Man,
We took a test.
we took a test. It'll reboot one more time. Okay. Please don't to panic.
I'm panicking.
Everything is fine.
I'm so scared.
All right.
Oh, well now I can't get in. Ah,
You'll be fine.
there we go. Okay.
All right. So, later this same day, the 18th of Siren, it is approximately, let me set the time to be correct, a little bit afternoon, we'll call it 3:58 p.m. as you all leave the enormous mirrored inverted pyramid building where the main administration takes place here in Vidrusari, and exit out into the crowded streets with a bit of a sigh of relief, having finished, having it behind you at the very least.
Well, let me update my experience points. I should be at 113.
You put yourself at 0.
Yeah, JK Numlock is a dumb feature.
Okay. Oh, goodness.
You mean the fact that you can turn it off?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, as you all exit, the
Yeah,
first thing you notice. Sorry?
No,
What?
it's fine. I'm down
What?
2 hit points and I don't know why.
Did you take damage from the trial?
Can't imagine that I did. I just didn't actually. No one healed me, and I didn't. I took more damage than I could rest on. I remember now. That's because that's how resting works in this game.
Resting might get
yes.
you to full automatically. That's true.
Yes.
Unless you were close to.
Yes. So,
All right, so we're leaving Prometric.
as you leave and you head out into the streets, there is a commotion up ahead at the crosswalk of a major thoroughfare that runs across in front of the administration building, which, remember, because Vidrusari and Leonaya in general is a magocracy, the school is also the city hall. It's a government building. So there's a major balustrade that runs out in front of the school. And as you head down to cross over the street, there's a bit of a commotion. Guards are making to block off the crossing of the street. As they move into place with halberds and begin making a barrier. Yeah, as you kind of walk down towards the street, these guards with halberds, they extend out hands towards one another, and illusory red tape that glows brightly and has lettering on it that says "Do not pass" extends from their palms to connect one another, and just begins to cycle across like a ribbon. It seems to kind of blow a little bit in the wind, but it is entirely illusory. As they set up.
Are they like focused on us, or they're just blocking off this perimeter? Like there are
so
people
you can
everywhere.
see- yeah. They're blocking off this street on this side and on the other side. So the main thoroughfare, the Balustrade, which has this beautiful divider median down the middle of it, where there are like trees growing. This is a major street, is being cleared, and people are not being allowed to pass. And even as you curiously lean up against the barrier, you and many others kind of look down the street, you can see sort of the source of this interruption. There is a long legion stack of marching soldiers coming down the street.
I'm going to turn my emblem on and be like, are you allowed to tell me what the commotion is?
Sir, please stand back. The
So to
Royal
me, I
Army
take a step
is
back.
passing through.
Ah. Well, that is a sight to behold for sure.
Indeed. And you can see as they get closer, no armor. They're wearing pristine white robes. Lots of ability to move. They're not like restricting in any way. They're kind of like almost like martial artist garb instead of like what you'd consider wizard robes. But they have a very militaristic sort of flair to them. They have like the shoulder buttons,
Boards. Shoulder boards.
shoulder boards,
Epaulets, things.
epaulettes. That's a word. And some of them have
It is.
medals.
They're epileptic?
Yeah.
Violent seizures.
At the head of the army, leading them, is an imposing, impressive creature. This is a large humanoid. From the waist down, he is no more than a swirl of magical energy and smoke, in the style of a genie. As he wears no armor. He's wearing much more like sashes and stoles. He has his hair pulled back into a tight ponytail. He has a very imposing, stern expression as he glides down the path, observing as he passes through, making his way, leading. The line of soldiers extends further than you can see up this street.
What was his name again?
You didn't get a name.
Sorry,
Fester, who is that?
who's that at the...
Oh.
In the lead? Do I know? Actually, I should ask that before
Make
I ask the soldier.
a society check.
Oleander asks Festerin that. And then we'll see if he's
A moment. Here we go. I found it. Don't worry.
You do not immediately recognize him by sight.
Okay. I will ask the soldier that Kijani was just inquiring to. Sorry, who's leading the column? Who is that?
Admiral Zimaraja.
Admiral Zimaraja. Oh, I've heard of him. I've never seen him in person.
Yes, as you hear the name, you do recognize he is one of 3 top lieutenants of...
You want to spell Zimaraja?
Sure. Zimmeradjia.
Zimaraja. Okay, got it.
You rattled that off real quick.
I love what he does with his film score. It's great.
Yeah, this is the same guy.
He is the what?
He's one of like 3 commanding admirals of the Bayonayan army, according to Vesrin, who remembers this. It's like basically, they work directly underneath the high scholars and the scholastic premier.
So sorry for all the questions. Where are they in from?
I imagine they've come from the capital.
Why here? Is there some insurrection happening or something?
I would assume that's probably state business.
Well, I know, but perhaps it's in the news.
Not to worry, miss. I'm sure there will be a public announcement soon.
Vesrin snaps her fingers and shows her sigil.
Oh, madam, I am told that there is to be a public announcement tomorrow morning by the mayor of Vijusari that should explain everything. I apologize, I can't divulge anymore.
Oh, where is he announcing?
Should be right here in the plaza.
Oh,
So
right
no
along the
plaza
mall. Okay.
until tomorrow.
Well, I should hope that they take less time than a full day to march through the city.
I know.
Or are they setting up camp here?
My understanding is that they're making for port.
Why would they be doing that?
I was really hoping to get a chimney stack on the way back.
Thank you so much for your information. Sorry, I didn't catch your name.
No, ma'am, it's Adam.
Adam. Lovely to meet you. Thank you so much.
Yes,
Best of luck with your
Ooh, what is
obstruction
Adam's
business.
rank? What is Adam's rank?
Yeah, does Adam have his
You're
rank?
too
now?
kind, madam. Yes, Adam is has a 22.
Oh, I'm like.
Oh, I
kinda
meant like his rank in the military. But okay, gotcha. Okay.
Oh, it's
He's a
it's
22.
Similarly,
He's a 22.
nobody loves you when you're 22.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22.
But I'm feeling 29. Wait.
Oh, okay.
I'm not feeling 29 for
Oh,
another.
don't say that. Don't say that. I'm not yet, but don't say it.
Well,
Uh,
13 days.
Wait. Oh fuck. I am.
I look at him and I go, one
Did
more
you
question,
forget
Adam.
your own birthday?
No, I forgot what year it was this year. That's
that's reasonable.
That's how
That's
that's
worse.
worse.
That's reasonable. I have no idea how old I am. I think I'm 32. 32?
You're 32
Yeah,
until
you're 32.
January.
You'll be 30.
Yeah. Okay.
grandpa.
Cool.
Kijani will look at Adam and be like, sorry, one more question. Is this going to affect any kind of travel into the main part of the country, or this is just like a temporary thing?
I haven't been told about any restrictions.
Ah, perfect. Thank you so much. You've been very kind. I'm gonna give
It's the least I can do, sir.
silver.
No, sir, I simply cannot.
Are you like literally told that you cannot do that, or you're being kind? Because if you're being kind, I can out-kind you.
It is not typically a good idea to give someone in the military money. It's like
we asked him some
That's a
questions
bribe,
and he
Kijani.
answered them. I am not with.
It
he
was
doesn't
my
have
honor
to.
to provide information to you, sir.
Well, thank you
That
very
is
much.
reward enough.
Thank you for your service, sir.
Kijani will bow.
Oh my gosh, I hate. I hate you.
Yeah,
I know what you
I-
did. I hate you so much. Sorry.
I just
sorry.
kind
I
of
didn't mean to
grab
pull
the
us out of
disc
the
and
engagement.
walk
I'm sorry.
away with Toph as
I did-
Topherus as he
Pause.
starts to realize what's happening.
Pause. Above table. What? And I can't stress this enough. The fuck is happening?
Topherus got ignored.
Second.
Got ignored because I'm a dog on 9. Okay.
Topherus,
You're
Alright.
a
Okay.
37,
Not-
I'm a 29, Adam's a 22.
Okay,
He's
sorry.
talked to us.
It's okay. We're all good. We're good. I'm okay.
He did not respond to Topherus.
I see.
Okay, shall we, I guess we're headed back to the dormitory, or do we have another location that we would like to head to first?
Can we actually get back to?
You can. There are footbridges that cross this street. 'Cause this is
Oh,
a
you
busy
just can't
street
walk
anyway.
directly on the street.
Yeah, but it's just right now there's a line of marching soldiers that parades all the way to the city's entrance.
Gotcha.
But yeah, there are ways to circumnavigate that for sure.
It's okay, Topherus. They're stupid. They call their commander of their army an admiral. It's fine.
It is okay. It is fine.
Listen,
Assuming they don't
Topherus,
have vessels that they're going on right
even
now.
an A5 steak is still just a steak to the one that consumes it. Do not worry about the number. Focus on your strengths.
I'm perfectly fine.
I feel like the more we talk about the numbers, the worse it
Yes.
is.
So you remember when we several years ago when you guys were all trying to consistently keep telling me, oh, it's not as bad as you think it is to lose one of your family members, and all of you continue to tell me that it's okay. It made it worse.
But here's the thing: is that
What are you
That's
so
right.
upset about it now?
just kidding. I'm just kidding. Some jabs
Sarah
between
Jo-
friends. you know.
Sergeant would have nudged Vezran with his shield as he said her name.
Right. Well, I suppose we should. We're not getting onto the plaza. Not anytime soon, at least. So I suppose we take one of these footbridges over and head back to my quarters. I suppose.
Yeah. A couple of other members of your party have rooms at inns as well, where they stayed last night. Like I said, it's around 4 p.m. You could certainly strike forth today, or you could stick around until tomorrow morning to hear this announcement by the mayor.
I would like to hear the announcement.
I would also like to hear that.
Mostly because I'm worried that the Vaenayan army is invading another nation. If they're making for port, they're clearly going somewhere that's not in the continental Vaenayan Empire.
All right.
Fair enough.
So, you guys have the remainder of this day, and then the announcement in the morning. We can certainly jump ahead if you'd like to just while away the evening in the city. I don't know. Or if you'd like to try and find some way to make some coin, look for odd jobs.
I was going to ask that.
Yeah, what you got? Can we like DoorDash or something?
Yeah, kind of. So there's a mechanic for this in Pathfinder. It's called
Downtime?
earn
Income.
Yes. What you want to do is go to the compendium page in Foundry, and then go to. It's under macros, action macros. I'm so glad I looked this up ahead of time.
If I did it before, does it automatically do it with all of your?
No, definitely not.
Oh, I just did this already on this. Never mind.
Where is earn
Oh.
income?
Earn income. I found
no,
it.
no, never mind.
If
Earn
you go
income's
to
not in-
downtime under your actions tab.
Yeah, if you
I
go
knew-
to-
I was pretty sure it was on here.
So there is a macro for it that will. I don't know actually how it works off of the character sheet. Can you just click it and
I
it'll
think
work?
you can. I think that you can click the.
The relevant skill.
Somebody.
Yeah, you can just click. You can click the relevant skill.
Somebody bounce me an earn income check. Critical success.
That doesn't suck. Good for you.
Oleander. Yeah.
I'm level 1. We're just one day.
Ah, well,
I-
didn't mean to do that.
That was
Yes, it's just today.
Acrobatics.
Sarah, you
Am
earn
I
a
s-
copper.
am I supposed to do both of these, or these are the two skills that I could use?
These are the skills you could use.
Are we doing public roles for this? Is that
Yeah,
how we're
that's
doing
fine. That's fine.
this? Okay.
And just click the tag, like the trait.
Yes. And it tells you how much you earned. That's great.
I didn't use acrobatics though.
Kai did the same thing that.
I don't know. No, I don't have.
I just clicked a button. I don't.
Kijani
Don't know
did.
what
Yeah,
happened.
don't call the whole earn income
Yeah.
thing to the chat. Hit the actual
how do
skill. Hit the actual skill tag that you want to use to earn income, whichever is available there.
And then you choose your level, and then you choose.
Oh, you had to choose your level?
Where's this?
Yeah, because when I hit it, it comes
Oh,
up
just
with like
like-
train skills / lore, and it
Oh,
was set to
I
Arcana
did.
first.
I
Okay,
have
yeah,
no
that is how it did.
Oh.
That's why it did Arcana.
So
I thought
yeah.
it would do the skill I picked.
you have to.
When
I
I'm-
think you have to pick something. Hold on.
Yeah, there are specific things you can.
Can I try that again with the right stuff?
Sure, buddy.
I would also like to, because I would also just. Does it matter what level we choose?
Agriculture.
Well, you must be trained
This
in skills, so
motherfucker
it takes
planted
time.
like a community
And
garden.
your income depends on your first rank, how lucrative a task is, because this process requires a significant amount of time. and
I
cost.
made a garden on top of your dormitory's roof.
Now
Now passively grows
selling at the
food.
farmer's market the next morning before the announcement.
Okay, so I'm trying to do
fresh maize.
Level
People have never
1.
seen corn before.
for one day with trying to do guard stuff.
You can
I do
search
not
for lower level
understand.
tasks. You can't. 1 is the lowest. The GM will determine whether or not lower level tasks are available. That will lower the DC. So like the level of tasks available is based on the type of like establishment, the type of village you're in. When you guys are level 10, right, there won't be level 10 earn income opportunities in every village. So at this level, it doesn't matter. You just select level 1. But generally speaking,
Let's just go with the level 0 one that I just did
I-
instead of the level 1 I did.
I'm sorry, I don't understand how to do this.
So-
well,
Like
So
when I
go to
click
your-
on it, I either call it all to the chat, or I just pop up the little text thing, and there's nothing in the text thing.
Are there any like burgundy traits underneath the earn income thing that say like I don't know. I've got like performance +3, local politics +7,
you don't
genealogy
even,
+7.
so you don't even have earn income on your character sheet.
He is not. Yeah. Yeah. So
Kai.
city is the. He has it. I've been looking at it. He has it in 2 places actually.
I don't see it. Downtime. Oh, earn income. Okay.
Yeah. It's so city is what you would. So click
Under
Where?
skill actions.
under. So
Not this one.
yeah.
Like a different tab.
No,
Yeah.
no.
You
so
on the
go-
downtime tab. So when you're on the
I
actions
am on the
tab,
downtime. I am actions and downtime. Now
You
there's
have-
nothing on there.
You have
actions-
create
so is it-
forgery, and then you have earn income. It's the second one.
I do not have any of this.
I'm looking at your character sheet.
I can
Under
see it on
actions,
yours.
downtime.
Look at
Skill
the
actions.
Look at skill actions.
Let me close my shit and
Yeah.
reopen it.
Okay. Yeah. So generally speaking, the level that will be available
Bless
to you
you.
will be based on the level of the city, the establishment. No, that's not the word I'm looking for. What's it called?
Is skill actions a different major tab?
No.
No, it's
The community.
like I don't know
So-
how you can't see.
Settlement
You-
level.
So
I click on
hold on,
actions.
hold on, AJ. Let me do something else with you first. Go to the settings tab all the way like on the right.
Yeah, the
The game
cogs.
settings.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Configure settings.
configure settings.
Okay.
PF2E workbench.
If like search in there.
Scroll all the way down
uh,
to PF2E workbench
Oh,
on the
okay.
side.
I see it.
On the
Right.
left.
Okay. Sure.
And then scroll down just a little bit, and you should see
Skill actions position.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. It's disabled.
Turn
that
yes, that's the issue.
on.
That's been the issue. That's why we were seeing something that you couldn't
Skill
see.
actions position, turn it to bottom.
Okay. I put it to the top. I
Save
will change
changes.
that.
You can put it at the top, but it'll put it above all of
It's-
your manually added actions.
It matters more for combat. You're gonna want those to be at the bottom.
Okay. So now that I've done that.
Refresh Foundry
Okay.
while I refresh my beverage.
You're a beverage.
A tall glass of water.
Okay. I have returned.
Now that thing that we were talking about should make more sense.
So go to the actions tab.
Mm-hmm.
Downtime.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
It is still blank.
That can't be true.
I'm not fucking lying to you. I don't know what to tell you.
Did you save changes when you?
Yes.
Okay. I can make it for you.
Yeah, please do. I'm
Where's the?
bothered by this.
But you still don't have it?
It doesn't. No.
I still don't have it. No.
It also doesn't give us the option to use lore skills.
So
Yes, it does.
Oh,
I've got
sorry.
lore skills
It
on
does.
mine.
I'm looking. I can't do it on. I can't. It lets when I look at the drop down, it sees my lore. It sees Oleander's lore skills even on his sheet.
So, yeah, I'm surprised you can't see that. What you could do, AJ, and probably works just
Yeah.
as well, is go to the compendium packs option on the right. to the left of the gears and type in earned income under search, and it should come up with a PF2E macro for earned income.
Oh, very good.
I did it
typed that
wrong.
in and nothing pops up. Everything is fucking terrible, and I'm mad. Okay, I've done it. I found it.
Okay, you can drag that to your hotbar if you want, and then make sure you have yourself selected and click on it, and then it'll ask you.
How do I select myself in this case?
You
Oh, I
probably
see. We have
yourself
tokens.
selected.
Sorry.
Yes.
I did not notice we had tokens. Okay, I've clicked the button. Level and days and trained skills.
It's 1 days.
Okay.
You pick the skill. The level is either 0 or 1. The level will change the amount that you could earn and also the difficulty class of the skill.
Okay.
So let's just really quickly, if you guys don't want to, it's fine. But as each of you rolled to earn income,
It just fucking showed up. What the fuck?
as each of you have rolled to earn income, why don't you tell me how each of you used those skills to earn some income? So Veteran, Arcana skill, you regularly succeeded for 2 silver today, this afternoon. What did you get up to?
I'm tutoring students at the
Perfect.
university.
Excellent. Tovaros, you rolled acrobatics.
Yes. I was thinking I was doing some type of work at the port, like
Rigging in the
Yeah,
on the
basically, yeah.
ships. Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. Sounds great. Kai used stealth to earn income.
Mhm.
Um, tell me.
Well, you see, I'm sneaking around, just taking shit.
Yeah, all right. You also earned
Not
2
people
silver.
specifically. I mean, technically people, but
You're
indirectly.
targeting the big the Walmarts and Targets of the world. I got you.
that's right. There's all the self checkouts here, and like I just pocket like every 6 things.
Third item, yeah.
Mhm.
Kijani, use agriculture to earn your 2 silver. You're muted.
Yeah. So basically, because they have so much magic, like I like to think that their university doesn't do much with agriculture, in like natural agriculture. So Kijani is kind of just walking through the grounds, and they're using magic to facilitate the growth of plants. And he will stop and be like, what you are doing is great, but without a solid foundation, you really can't grow anything worth of nourishment or use. What you should be using is a real composite. Let me show you. And I'm going to go through the process of fixing their soil for them, so that they can have a better
Yield.
base.
Saradwin, you rolled your Civic Guard lore to earn income.
So basically, I wanted to be a bouncer at a nice establishment. Just stand there and be imposing.
Okay, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. I think all of you eventually did succeed, earning 2 silver pieces.
Yeah. I actually, so mine, I wanted to, because I didn't realize. You're good. I used acrobatics. I used acrobatics and got a critical success, but I'd like to modify and have rolled underworld lore and rolled it at level 1 to end up with the same result that I got actually with their roll. But I would have just tried to find where the seedy underside of thing is and maybe all I did was gamble, and that was how I got my money. But that was just just kind of getting a little feel for it, what it's like here in this city at the very least.
Okay, sounds good. So that's how you all while away the rest of the evening on this 18th day of Siren 3023, and head back to your various sleeping arrangements. Veteran, for logistic reasons, and in case it ever comes up, you have paid for your apartment for this month. So I don't know if you were planning on moving out.
Now, why would you feel the need to tell me that?
Why do we have to have rent in our For Fun game, Sid?
Yeah, but I did tell you that it's already paid for. It's basically free.
Vestrin is on a full ride scholarship. There's no such thing as rent for
really
her,
not.
okay?
But the rest of you have either lodgings at an inn or some such. The inns that you have chosen to stay at for Ollie and Tofro specifically, I believe, and maybe Kai, I'm not sure.
I think that we just hand waved that he came with us because AJ wasn't there, so
Yeah.
we just told him.
They're like seedy little hostel situations that have not hostile situations. Hostile situations.
Hostile, not hostile. Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Or something
And
hostile.
it's only like 3 copper to stay the night, but it's in a room full of bunk beds with like just other people and shit. So
No problem with that at all.
So, with your successful rolls, you did turn a profit, even having to pay for your lodging for the evenings. Kijani slept in the park, and Saradwin slept on the floor at Vestrin's apartment.
100%.
Question: did that add to my character sheet automatically?
Probably not.
Okay, great.
I don't think it did. I had to add mine.
I'd be surprised.
Or I added 2 extra silver because I wasn't really
I think that's probably correct.
fine.
So,
I go to sleep.
okay, all right. Just make sure nothing else you guys want to do today. You're heading to bed. Plan on meeting
Yeah.
the next morning on the at the plaza in front of the administration building.
Yeah.
Go ahead and jump forward, everyone. Be sure to hit that long rest button, which I believe I can do. I can do for you. Rest for the night.
Oh, hey, that's nice. Sweet.
The technologies.
Oh, and
Oh
it
my
didn't.
God.
It didn't double do it for me too. Even though I adjusted it just before you did, it didn't do it again.
Well, because you were at full health then, right?
I'm not at full health.
Oh.
That's why I'm noticing that. I'm still not at full health. It did not bump me up that 1 more point.
I see. I see.
I was down 2 points, and I'm still down 1 point.
So, as you awaken the next morning, climb out of bed, make your way through the city, as you all meet in the square at the plaza here, right outside the inverted pyramid. The street is no longer blocked off. There has been a temporary stage set up in front of the pyramid. No one is allowed to approach it for the time being. There's a large area cordoned off, and there are people crowded around waiting to hear what sort of announcement might be made. There are vendors who have taken advantage of the population density here, have set up stalls for like espresso and churros and croissants and things like that.
I have purchased an espresso and a churro and a croissant.
Yeah, I've also gotten a churro and an espresso.
All right. Yes, they are happy to sell these things to you. For
Saraswin is trying to give all of his friends pieces of the food that he bought. Professor, you want a piece of the croissant?
Sure. Thanks.
Here.
as you all begin to trickle and find one another, you all kind of mingle and coordinate, find yourselves in the crowd in one group, standing, waiting for the announcement.
Kijani is like, he's a little bit older, a little bit more mature. He like sidles up to Oleander and goes, "Hey, Andes."
I like just instinctively lower my arm in a way that gives him a way to climb up.
Thank you. I cannot see. I just kind of like get on his shoulder.
I don't know
Sit.
why we didn't think to rent you one of those things too. That's fine.
Yeah, it's okay.
No, I know why we didn't, because you didn't want one. You wanted to do this.
You could ride on the disc with Topherus.
Wait, did not hear you, God.
Yeah, I say that a lot. All right. As you kind of sit, there's a low murmur through the crowd. It's a little bit brisk on this chilly morning. It's not too much longer before a hush falls over the crowd as the main door at the top of the winding stair into the inverted pyramid opens, and a man descends the stairs to the stage. It's a singular, wizened individual of Venara descendants. He has white hair, long eyebrows that come down, almost touch his cheeks. He has a cane in one hand. He's proudly displaying his emblem, which indicates that he is of rank 72 within Vaonian society. This is Mayor Banalfree Zedo.
Banalfree?
Yep. If you care to take that down. Banalfree Zedo.
The dough.
Zedot.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Bannerfree, Bannerfry.
Banalfry. Banalfree.
That's pretty close.
Zedo.
So he descends. He steps up to the front of the stage where there is resting a little golden ball, much like a snitch, honestly. And as he approaches, he taps it with his staff. It looks like it's going to roll off the stage before it starts to animate and just glide up into the air until it rests right kind of in front of his face. And then it pops open in all directions and just begins to kind of orbit. It's got like segments that are now orbiting some sort of central tiny glowing mote. It just kind of rotates in front of him. As he speaks into it, his voice is amplified and seems to come from many different directions throughout the square. Good morning, good people of Vidrusari. Thank you for attending this most important announcement. Many of you may have noticed that our fine city played host yesterday to the Royal Army of Vaonaya. Many of you may be quite alarmed by that fact. I share your concerns as a citizen of Vidrusari, the most global and cultured city in all of Vaonaya. I have been informed that the Scholastic Premier intends to make war.
Called it.
God.
It is not my place or any of yours to challenge his will. I would urge you to maintain calm. And even as he says this, there's like a murmur through the crowd. Vesrun, you know, after living here for so long, that people who live in Vidrusari are like the people who are Vaonian but don't share the same sort of strict in-group, out-group hatred of the rest of the world. Like, there's a reason they live in Vidrusari. Vidrusari is this kind of melting pot global city that they allow other people to come and go. When you get into Vaonaya proper, there's a much more harsh sort of racism. Race is a bad word. Nationalism.
Nationalism, yeah.
There's a murmur through the crowd. Please, please. I am seeking further guidance from the Scholastic Boards and information. At this time, I'm afraid I can provide no further information to any of you, but I must urge you to hold your peace. Let us hope that diplomacy and intelligence will prevail. We must always ask ourselves, will logic prevail today? Thank you for your time. Good day. The ball snaps back together and drops to the stage. As he begins to walk back up the stairs. There is an eruption of conversation all around you. I can't believe it. What are we gonna do? They're not going to war.
Kijani will lean down to the group so that everyone can hear him, but so that he's not like so audible. I think that we need to go. Let us head into the country.
Who are they trying to make war with?
That is something we will probably find out later.
That was my question. Were we near the front?
You were near the
let me
cordoned off portion. Yeah.
Let me phrase this in a different way.
Mhm.
Am I within 120 feet of the mayor?
Why not let chance decide, huh? No.
Fuck. Okay.
I doubt anyone's within 120 feet of the mayor.
Well, it was fun
Casting a spell at this
playing the
dude
new
would be
game,
a bad
guys.
call.
Glad we got the new art. Sid, can't wait to see what you do with the next roll.
I don't think he was gonna cast a spell. I think he was gonna use his vertex.
No, I was gonna. My plan was to cast message as a cantrip directly at
Yeah,
the mayor.
And get fucking spell sniped by the 80 snipers up all over the place.
Yeah.
Good call.
Well,
There's
the
definitely
message.
some-
It's not like an offensive spell.
Yeah, but
They
they
don't.
do that.
They don't fucking care. They see a spell being cast at their dude.
Presumably, they could identify a spell.
That's
I
true
mean,
enough,
you
but
take
there
the
are
risk. at
there
that
are
point.
even as you go to do this, actually, you look around and you do see people you didn't notice at first, but now that you're looking specifically for them, there are individuals dressed all in black, kind of standing in the shadows near. There's basically Secret Service, distributed throughout the crowd. They probably have some sort of anti-perception filter on them, like your eyes seem to just slip off of them. They're very unnoticeable.
It is time to go.
Great. Well, perhaps we could go down to a pub at the docks and find a soldier who's had a few. Get some information about their current assignment.
But why are we concerned with this? We are
Yeah, so
headed in the opposite direction.
It's a war
A war that
waged
not-
by a nation in which we plan to embark deep into.
so the army will be heading the other way.
by the nation, not in the nation.
You
I
assume
understand.
that a counterattack won't happen. That's naive.
I assume that it would take months for them to get to it in the interior of a country. I don't. Yeah, no, moving
And
in is
trying to figure
not,
out more information now when the people here don't know information is a bad idea. We need to get into the country.
it's going to be just rumor mills at this point, and we can do that. And I've worked that my whole life, but I just don't know how it helps us with what we're. I don't know what are we doing even. I don't know how. I have very little interest in the wars of this nation,
I agree.
even though I'm now a citizen.
Oh, yeah. Well, they don't have
Are-
conscription, do they?
They very well may. Do they? Above table?
We're finding out if Variona has a draft.
there is something of a draft. You have to meet a certain series of requirements.
Threshold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Don't count.
So you have to be like above a 9.
Toververse is
No!
good.
Okay, well, great.
Hey,
Or
this is finally
only
a
below
good
a certain
thing about it,
threshold
okay?
because they
It's
don't
below a
want their
20.
mages to actually be the ones that fight people.
Mm.
So maybe below a certain threshold, all you can do
There's
is be in
probably
the army.
parameters, right? Like if you're below this but meet this other requirement, you could still be drafted. But if you're like, there
Yeah,
are
you're the
people
guy
that live in Bayonia that are just warriors. Like there are fighters and bouncers and
Yeah.
bodyguards. They just
Right. Okay. Let's proceed into the country. You're probably right. If they actually sail out and wage war, they're more likely to close the borders.
So getting in now is best bet.
You're probably right. We should do that.
Do you have anything at your dorm room that you need to get before we go, or are you already prepared?
I don't think so. There's not a whole lot of space in my dorm room, I don't think, above
That's
table.
not true at all. There's plenty of space there.
Why is your head tilted to the side?
Well, it's it's a new pose.
it's the new pose.
Vezrin grabs Sarah Join around the shoulders and says, "I've got the only thing of value from my dorm room this morning."
Aw.
Sarah Joy is all smiles.
Kijani gets a little red. And he's like, did something happen that I am not
Aw,
aware
the elves are
That is
flirting.
also-
Just
That
kidding.
is also my question.
I would flirt with Sari.
Look, he cute.
of? I would flirt
He
with
really
her.
is.
I would
Human.
also
As we discovered.
I'm just saying. Game recognized game, that's all.
Uh,
Elf recognize
Alright.
elf.
yeah, the elves are flirting. So
Um,
as you, yeah.
Ollie, where you at?
Yeah, I was about to say. I guess we'll head to the border.
Okay. As you push your way through the crowds, before you embark, Vezrin, you've made this journey once before. You went to see the capital as part of like just a
Field trip.
yeah, basically you wanted to know what the capital city looked like of the country you lived in. It was a long journey. There are roads the whole way, but like you guys are about to embark on what will effectively be like a walk and camp and walk and camp and walk and camp sort of journey for close to a week and a half. Week and a half to 2 weeks depending. So do you guys want to make sure that you actually have on your character sheets before you leave the city all of those things that generally come on a first level character sheet to be
I
in
think
an
that we
adventure?
made sure that we had that.
Okay.
But yeah, you should have like 7 days of rations. You should have a kit with a backpack that. has
Yeah.
that stuff.
How many days journey do I remember it being?
So when you traveled with a group. It took you 14 days. You might be able to go faster with this group. You were in like a school group.
Like a caravan kind of
Yeah.
thing. Do I think that 7 days rations would be adequate, or should I?
There are several
Villages
townships and
and-
villages. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Along
Okay. It's
the
not
way.
like through the wilderness.
No, by no means.
Okay.
But it is like just make sure you're prepared. There will be places to re-ration and purchase things as you go.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. So before heading out of the border, I'll make sure my water skin is full.
Oh yeah, the basics. And your wine.
Of course, I have a bar of soap. Vesper does. I don't know what you guys have, but
My soap is just like sage that I burn, like in like the smoke goes
And
through
then
my
he, like,
my
he
little-
gets into a shallow
feathers.
pond and then ruffles his feathers.
Yeah. You just gotta, get a little damp and then
a little
smoke
bath
in it for a
you
nice
know?
little scent.
Yeah, that's right.
Spread your oils, as you do.
As
Definitely
Uh,
don't get electrocuted. or-
Occasionally, like you see as he's preening, like his beak just disappears into his feathers.
Yep.
It's like,
Not,
oh,
no,
okay.
not the
it-
feathers.
Oh yeah, what
interdimensional
seems
space.
like yes, what seems like the
extra
feathers.
dimensional space.
Like we see you like dip your head in, but the beak doesn't come through the arm. I was like,
Mhm.
what?
Hey Sid,
Hey,
I have a question.
John.
Uh,
I have an answer.
could you look at my character sheet and tell me if my vertex is on my sheet, or
Okay. Yes, it is.
is okay.
If you go to the
I'll be under feats.
the medal, yeah,
Campaign
feats all the way down to the bottom. Campaign feats.
Okay. I was just curious because at one point it's like
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh yeah.
at one point it showed like the bulk thing on the main character thing, like the extra stuff, and it didn't. So that's why I was curious.
Well, let me see. Now
My
you definitely
vertex
don't
is
have it.
not under campaign feats.
Is it there?
It's not there at all.
Vertex, gravity, campaign feats. They should have given you.
Okay, yeah, I see it. It went from 7 to 9 for my encumbered weight, so that's good. All right, I was curious. Thank you.
Awesome.
Sorry for the.
Sid, could you
Nope.
put it on my sheet?
No.
Okay.
Vertex. Time? Your time.
Mm-hmm.
By
Oh,
the way,
look at that.
anytime I'm traveling, literally everything other than my clothes is in my little pockets.
Because you're not carrying much, are you?
Well, I mean, I have my backpack and so like I have my like bedroll and like all that shit, but it's just instead of like in my backpack like all like packed up, it's just in my fucking folds.
Okay, for sure. All right. Seeing nothing else to gather before you head out, embark on this adventure, you should stop by and tell your mom that you're leaving. Just kidding. That was a Pokemon
Yes.
reference. I realized that was a little harsh in this campaign because you guys literally had to.
Didn't get to
Yeah, yep,
stop and say bye to mom.
Oof. Oh man. Yikes. You head towards the main gates that lead out of Vijayasari. As you approach, they are vacant. Very few people are attempting to head into the country of Veonaya at this time, having heard this news recently. There are guards posted at the gates. The gates are these enormous black iron affairs. They are carved, chiseled, to have these large serpentine dragons that kind of navigate across both halves. So when they're open, they're bisected. There are guards everywhere. These are Vijayasari city guards, not Royal Army soldiers, but they are standing about. As you peer out, this road, it's of kind of a gray flagstone road, extends all the way to the horizon, and you can see no one traveling upon it. Outside of the city, the buildings give way immediately. There's no slums or small sort of villages outside of the city walls. The landscape immediately gives way to these rolling hills, copses of large pine and leatherleaf trees. As you approach the gates, guard. Good afternoon. Sorry, morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
Looking to leave Vijayasari?
Yes, actually, we plan to head towards the Rainbow Falls Plateau.
I see. Veonaya is a citizen-only nation unless you have
Oof.
Boom.
Veteran snaps her fingers.
Go for it. I see. Apologies. I didn't.
Think you'll find everything in order with myself and the rest of my retinue.
Indeed, madam. Everything appears to be in order. I wish you safe travels on the road to Rainbow Plateau.
Hey, Johnny leans in so hard to what Vezrin just said. He gets right behind her and starts like gathering her stuff for her and like holding it, like obviously attending to her.
You mentioned safe travels. What's the state of banditry along the roads? It's been a
Not-
while since I've left the city.
It's a good question. You must not be native. Veonaya
No.
doesn't have much in the way of bandits. It's not tolerated. There's a strict military law outside of these walls. There aren't many willing to risk it. While there are bandits, thieves guilds here and there, they certainly don't operate on the royal roads. It would be far too dangerous. That being said, there are certain creatures in the wilds of Veonaya that are considered sacred, and therefore are not hunted. They can only be killed in self-defense.
That was going to be my question. Very good.
Sergeant Smolders.
Smolders.
What are they? I like whisper in her ear to not address this person whom I don't want to know if they ignore me too. I just don't want to find that out.
I appreciate your candor. If there's nothing else, we'll be on our way.
What kind of animals? Can we not hunt?
Okay, that's a fair question. Do you happen to have a pamphlet or something like that of animals which are sacred? Not a native.
Not anything written per se, but anything draconic is considered sacred, as well as griffins and hippogriffs, and phoenix if you're lucky enough to see one. You should definitely not fire on phoenix. You should avoid them.
When you say
It's a clever
draconic,
joke.
you mean like big dragons? Like the big ones?
Well, and
Dragons.
small ones too, I imagine.
Dragons, drakes, worms.
Kobolds?
What do you use to fish?
Kobolds
Oh, worms. Got it. Sorry.
with a Y.
Worms.
Wyverns.
You hesitated at kobolds, so
Kobolds, I suppose if you run across one, I mean, they're sentient creatures. You shouldn't hunt them. But
Self-defense, though.
self-defense, of course.
Okay, so to review,
Sorry.
don't be hasty.
draconic creatures, griffins, hippogriffs, and phoenices.
And phoenices.
I don't like that.
Phenine.
I
Yeah,
don't
I don't
believe
like
that.
fantasies
I
either.
don't believe that that's
Mhm.
right. I'm not going to question you, my lady.
What is the plural of phoenix, actually? above
Phoenixes?
table?
think it's
I-
just Phoenixes.
I was in the process of typing it, and I was about to say, is it phoenices? I'm like, that can't be it.
It might just be phoenix.
Phoenix.
A flock of phoenix.
Fiends.
And the Order of the Phoenix.
Round.
Any other creatures we should avoid hunting?
No. But particularly on this road, I've heard some nasty rumors recently concerning trolls and goblins. They must have come northward from the plains. We don't normally see them up this far. Just be cautious. Make sure you keep
Phoenixes.
a fire at night.
Thank you, Zeri.
What did Siri post? Secretive Discord chat?
No,
it's in the actual-
Oh.
the foundry.
I made an action.
Smolder.
Does that work as like a diplomacy check? Is it like intimidating glare, but for diplomacy instead of intimidation?
Accessing your
Oh.
deep inner and molten sexuality.
Yes.
That's
I'd like
Urban
to say that
Dictionary's
it's
definition.
an
This sounds-
intimidation
this-
check, but very like
This
it's
sounds
very
like
different.
this is an advancement along my courtesy.
Oh,
Right?
yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
yeah.
Smolder.
This reminds me of a conversation we had last night in D&D.
God, no, don't
He
start
doesn't
again.
have one
Nope.
of those.
Can't,
It was
can't
in the
do
quote.
it. We can't have that conversation.
Well,
The only
again, thank
kobold I've
you
ever met thought he was a mighty dragon, so that makes sense.
for all of the information. We'll be sure to watch our backs. Thank you.
Excellent. Yes, ma'am. Safe travels, and of course, you're always welcome back in Vajrasari.
What's his rank?
He is displaying a rank of 19.
Oh, that's why he
Um,
talked to me. I get it. Yeah, that's fine.
Vestrid strides forward.
All right.
Stride has a meaning in this game. Vezran
Yes.
walks forward.
Sarazen will take.
It
Will
has
take
that
the lead.
meaning.
It's the same meaning in this case. Yes.
I know, but yeah.
My lady, that was a wonderful effort of conversation.
Kijani, it was more of a ruse, so as not to arouse suspicion about the
Your-
large
is
number
that
of our party. I
your
can
arms
carry
around my
my own
forehead?
things.
I'm carrying her stuff.
Oh, I thought you were still on
Rock
me.
the
and that
baby,
was you
rock the
showing
baby,
like,
rock the
like
baby.
holding my head is what I thought you were doing.
I can
believe
I can
that
I
you
can
are
carry my.
extremely capable. I am sure. But to be fair, it is not a bad idea. If we come across anyone on the road, from what I know of this nation, which granted is very little, it would make sense that a 37 would have a retinue of ours. It's good cover.
I mean, he does have a point.
Play the part. And you will fit in better.
Okay. Vezran is deeply uncomfortable with this, but can't deny the logic of following
Sarazen
the
will
ruse.
chuckle at Vesseran's discomfort.
This is
Kijani
this
is happy as can be.
I have a point of order thing we might have needed to say. We might need to like say we did.
Okay.
How long is the disc thing gonna be good for?
Oh yeah. Basically, as
Oh,
soon as
we
you get
definitely
outside of the walls, it.
Oh, it's just for it's just the city. Okay.
It drops to the ground. Yeah, technically
I
it
would-
was due back today at some point, but
I would have just left it within the gates of it.
okay.
I feel like that's not a guaranteed way to not get charged for.
This is true. But now that we have to display our numbers, I'm not about to go in there. He say, "Well, now it costs more because you're a 9." I'm not about to do that. So.
And also, he probably gave his act. He probably gave the name Topros, which he isn't his name anymore.
Yeah. My
Yeah.
government name is Rasta Rickshaw.
My government.
My government name.
Now he is a very unique-looking person, so it'd be hard to say necessarily that it's not the same person if
Well,
you were to see him.
The upside to being a chameleon gnome is that you can change the color of
Mm.
all of your biological parts. So
That was a weird way to say that.
Wow, you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You really went
I
the
was just
whole way
trying to
there,
be
didn't you?
inclusive of
full
like
Monty. Just
hair, skin, all that stuff.
Bright red nose.
Tofros the red nose no.
Well, as we're walking along,
Coming December
Vesperin
2023.
will be just like playing with the ignition cantrip, but like in a very small degree. She'll just be like snapping her fingers to light her like a thumb, and then putting it out. And
Okay.
then snapping it again, putting it out.
All right. As you guys travel throughout the rest of this day, everyone please roll for me well, actually, we'll do the exploration activities.
Exploration, alright.
Yeah. I'm learning too, actually, because I've never DM'd this game.
I'd like
Me
to
too.
fix a talisman.
So you have exploration activities. You can slot those activities and basically if you go to the party page and pull up exploration, you can put in what you'll be doing during your exploration. And there are various options. In this case, kind of just walking down the street. Some of those options are not super relevant, like searching for traps or that kind of thing. But feel free to peruse those activities that are available for exploration. One of you could be scouting ahead if you'd like to, if you're trained in the skill that requires that.
I don't have
I
like
don't-
scouting here, but my background is scout, so
Yeah, it's not a trained action.
Sense direction, maybe. I would like to squeeze.
I know what
yeah,
squeeze.
I guess Kijani will sense direction, try and like be the navigator of the troop.
Okay, because you've definitely done this before.
I would like to help
Uh,
him do that. Well, I don't know. Maybe I don't want to do that, but I've been this way. Role playing wise, it seems likely that I would be helping with that.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know how you add a thing.
So
So are you
think that I
rolling
just
a
did
help
it.
action?
yeah, so
Is help an action, or do I have to also roll sense
It's
direction?
the aid.
Aid is the action. Yes, you also have to roll survival.
Where,
Can you
Survival.
slot it, Mason? How did you do that?
where
Will?
is aid?
So there are not the skill actions, but the actual actions.
Yeah.
Have a active button.
Oh no, he's asking something different.
I was answering
I
your
gotcha.
question that you asked me.
So yes,
Aid.
veteran aid is on your like encounter mode actions down. If you scroll, well,
No.
you're right.
I
guess
think
you
have
just
to
roll
the
the
same.
it's
same.
a it's a reaction. And you have
That's
to, I think you have to put it you have to put it into your sheet. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I get
All
a
right, I got it.
-2 for not having a compass. Does anyone have a compass?
No.
I do.
Can we borrow it?
Can I borrow your compass? How do I not have a compass? What the heck is that?
I don't know. I asked you if you had everything you needed.
Well, one of us does.
Okay, it says you have prepared to help.
Yep. And now
Have
the
you
aid reaction is on your character sheet.
I see it. Okay. And so then what do I roll?
Survival.
Okay. Here it comes.
Hey,
And
so
if you
can we get
critically
the
fail,
rights
you-
to Persona 5 music?
No,
Um,
it's very unlikely.
You try.
I will look at Kijani and say, hold out your hand.
Hi, cat.
Hi, cat.
Hi, cat.
Hi, cat. I had to check and see Skype because AJ also has many cats.
Yeah.
Yes, this one's the girlfriend variety. Kijani holds out his hand.
I take a deep breath. I'm gonna channel elements, and then I'm gonna use Flash Forge to create a compass in his hand.
Oh.
Whoa.
You're gonna do what to who to?
That is baller.
Literally, the
Yeah.
example they give for Flash Forge is you can create a metal object with moving parts that's magnetic. For example, a compass, because it can be any level 0 item.
All right.
It just has to be made
You-
completely of metal.
You do the Toph thing. You like.
Could you do the
and,
Aang thing where he's like,
Wow, that is amazing.
roll for me.
That's-
Roll for me a crafting check.
Okay. Right. I'm untrained
That's-
in crafting.
Advanced a lot more since the last time I saw that, Topher. That's amazing.
Is this for how good? Is this for how good the object is?
It's just for how pretty it will be. It's not for
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Well,
not for function,
not for function. It is completely functional.
form?
it's a 4.
It's 4. All right. This is very functional. It's a very functional compass.
Ah, that is. Am I being helped? Did you roll the aid?
I did already. I rolled a survival check. Blind.
I need to know what
Kijani,
if it's a penalty or.
you will take a -1 to this check.
Shot.
It's
I-
okay.
I would have given it to you on basically anything other than the natural one that you rolled.
Are you fucking serious? Damn.
Because you've been this way before. But somehow
Damn.
it just is slightly different than when you came 4 to 6 years ago. And
I'm going to use a hero point.
okay.
Sarajen's gonna say when they're doing all this, don't we just follow the road?
Yes, but they're folks.
So just heads up. Above table, the item technically only lasts for 10 minutes, but this is a renewable. I can always just make another one. But every time you use it, you do have to roll a DC 5 flat check.
Okay, we'll go ahead and do that then.
It's like
the user of
25
the item.
The
It's like
user
25% effective.
There's a 25% chance that the
It's like 25%
item
functional. Sorry, that's what I
might
meant to say.
break after you're done. You're good.
Ah, perfect.
All right.
I believe it is this way.
Okay. Yeah, pretty
I have-
simple DC on this, as the road leads away from Vijayasari. You all travel throughout the rest of this day, without encountering a fork in the road. So you basically didn't need the compass, didn't need navigation today. As you travel, the road
Is anyone
becomes
else
a little
doing
bit less.
anything else while we travel? Exploration?
I scouted.
Yeah.
I was using the defend activity.
Okay.
Wait,
can
how
you
did you
activate
scout?
it?
What is that?
Say again.
You
Oh,
can
sorry.
activate your ability that you're doing so that I can see everyone's abilities.
Okay.
Yeah, you did it.
Okay.
What's up, AJ?
He's
Um,
talking.
Gotcha.
Will, how did you scout? What was you're just saying you were scouting?
It's that scouting does that. It just gives you. It's automatic. You get a circumstance bonus to initiative.
Oh.
You don't have to do anything with it.
As you proceed forward, the road becomes a little bit less well taken care of, but it's still a solid flagstone road, which is uncommon this far away from a major settlement. It's very well taken care of for the most part. You travel over hillsides and through these copses of trees. Before too long, you find yourself in a very wooded area. Massive redwoods and pine trees surround you on all sides as far as the eye can see. Sunlight that filters in through the green leaves is dampened, creating this sort of canopy tent-like effect. The ground throughout the woods is basically devoid of small shrubberies and bushes and undergrowth like you would see in other forests, because the trees are so massive and spread so large that sunlight doesn't reach enough of the forest floor for small plants to take root. So there's just this strange eeriness of openness all around columns of trees as far as the eye can see. As you make your way, the sounds of your footfalls on the stone cobbles, the loudest thing that you can hear. Yes, Jerry. You're muted.
What is the name of the area that we're in?
This is called the Green Weald.
Okay. Green Weald? I feel like I know how to spell weald, but just in case I don't.
W-E-A-L-D.
Man, okay. I did know how to spell it. Is Green Weald one word or 2 words? I think it's 2 words.
It could be either.
Is this so you were just describing the area, but what would be the general, not topography, not climate.
Geography?
Yes, sure.
Geology?
Yes.
Through this forest, it's kind of hilly, but enough that you can see a fair distance. Except for the massive tree trunks. When you do catch like a corridor or a lane where there's been a natural separation between the trees, you can see some great distance into the misty wood.
Okay.
And as you walk through the wood, up in the distance, just as the sun is actually beginning to set, you can see a little smokestack through the trees. And as you approach, the road turns off and goes down on one side into a little sort of roundabout driveway. And there at the end of the driveway is a small inn and tavern. There's about 3 buildings here. There's a a stables, a blacksmith's, and the inn itself. It's not a large affair, but it probably keeps itself stocked up. It's a little bit less than a day's ride away from Vijusari. This is sort of the first place you've come to. People who are traveling out of Vijusari, this is the first respite they might get. If you'd like to stop, it is getting closer to the evening time. You could probably travel a little bit further today if you wanted to, maybe another hour of daylight. If you wanted to get ahead on the next day's journeys, but you'd be camping.
I'm
looks
perfectly
cozy.
happy. I'm happy to stop here if everyone else is okay.
This is fun.
This is fine with me.
Yeah, if you want to stop, we can stop. That's good.
Right. We go to the inn.
All right. What's the name of the inn? Anyone?
The Green Wheeled Respite.
Okay. I did say anyone.
But it's like the green wheeled, like WHEELED, and their sign has like some
I love it,
wheels
yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
And they have like a
cartwheels.
unnaturally large green wheel outside, like a wagon wheel.
Yeah.
Well, couldn't it be one of those water wheel things? You know, from those old like.
Oh yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah.
clever.
I like
I
that.
like
Yeah.
There is a little brook, and that powers
See?
the forge.
Collaborative storytelling.
The green-wheeled respite. And indeed, there is a large wagon wheel just painted green hanging above the door.
It should have been painted red for no reason.
Rock,
Why?
mama, like a green wagon wheel. Rock.
This is when you start to gaslight people and say, no, that's green. I don't know what you.
And it ends up being that the person who originally painted, like they were red green colorblind and didn't know.
Oh goodness!
Yeah, and that's the story. That's like the story of.
All right,
the
there is a
green-wheeled
red
respite.
wagon wheel hanging from above the inn. As you head inside, it's a 3-story inn. It's kind of a modest affair, but it looks to have plenty of space. As you head inside, a man behind the bar wearing a blacksmith's apron and with soot on his cheek kind of startles. Oh, welcome, weary travelers.
I am not that tired.
Oh, God. I wish I weren't.
We are travelers, though. You got us there.
Come on in. What can I do you for?
Well, we were interested in lodging for the evening as well as sustenance if there's any to be had.
Oh, sure. I wasn't sure I'd have anyone in tonight, so I was just gonna have buttered bread myself. But if I'm gonna have a little bit of company, I do make a mean baked potato soup.
That sounds wonderful.
That sounds lovely.
And I've got a bit of dry rations as well. I could do room and board for 3 copper apiece.
Beautiful. That sounds wonderful.
It doesn't cover beer.
That's
Mike.
alright. That's
He
fine.
said it will or will not.
It
Will
won't.
not. It's fine.
Okay.
BYOB.
No, he serves beer for an additional.
Hey Sid, I'm sorry that I'm about to ask this question because Jonathan may not be happy with me. But how much did the churro and espresso cost?
Who said I paid? What are you talking about?
Smolder.
you're-
Smolder pays.
Smolder
Oh,
pays.
Clear.
You could have gotten for 2 copper, you could have gotten an espresso, and
Okay.
for another copper, you could have gotten either a croissant or a churro. So for 4 copper, you could have gotten an espresso, a croissant, and a churro.
Vestrin hands over 2 silver pieces to the innkeep and says, that should cover us
Well and truly.
for the evening.
Ting, ting.
And you keep the change.
He
Would
has
you like
a,
me to prepare your room, my lady?
He
Uh,
has a
thank you,
score,
that would
just
be
so you're
wonderful.
aware. He has his rank exposed, and he has a score of 27.
I'm going to kind of nod to him and then take the key and go like set Vezran's stuff. Kijani's like a little too into this. Like prepares her like desk and will like unfold down the bed and like fluff the pillows and everything.
Yeah, as you head
They're just
upstairs, he hands you a. How many rooms would you have liked to have purchased? There's 6 of you.
Kijani's the-
I assume that the minimum number of rooms necessary to house the 6 of us. So if there are
Well,
2 beds in each room, then 3 rooms. If
there
there's
aren't.
3,
There's
in
a
each
large
room,
bed in each room. But Kijani sleeps outside, so.
I'll happily pay for my own bed. As if we're gonna be in and in, I'm gonna have to sleep in a bed. So
Sarajwin is 100% anticipating sleeping on the floor.
So
And
is so is
inside.
Topheros. I mean, it's like he
Well,
will sleep
so
in his bedroll.
I think that
in the-
Vestron probably paid for
6 rooms.
paid enough for you each to get a room. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah.
alright.
very good.
Okay.
Never mind.
That was the
Um,
plan.
If you
Gotcha.
would have liked to have done that. Yep.
As long as it's not too cold outside, Kijani will always opt to sleep outside.
Topheros is gonna make a slight comment because he's overly nostalgic about the past. He's gonna make a joke to Vestron and says, "Your mother would be so proud that you have this retinue of people to serve you, wait on you hand and foot." Because wait, Vestron's mom is a
Advocate.
advocate,
yes.
right? Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Sarajwin's gonna chuckle.
Was that said in the earshot of the innkeep?
Oh no, like this would have been done. I would have tried to do it surreptitiously. I don't know if I was successful.
Um,
Okay.
Well, that's just it's gonna change how I respond if the innkeep is.
No,
standing
I
there
would
or
say
not.
that you guys are upstairs in the first hallway.
Vestron looks at Topheros. She rolls her eyes and she says, "Topheros, my mother served in order to better the lives of the citizens of Mythonos.
You said that with a straight face. That was funny.
She didn't serve so that she could have servants.
I understand.
Your room is ready.
And that's how it happens.
I fluffed your pillows. I hope you liked them.
Oh, that you said a word that did not sound like the word that I heard.
Fluff your pillows.
You did what to her pillows?
Kijani,
Yes?
I appreciate your commitment to this bit,
Well, I
but
appreciate your appreciation. Bits? What is a bit? Bit of what?
it's not necessary for you to act as a servant when there are just the 6 of us here.
Oh, I'm just happy to have something to do with my hands, honestly.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for preparing
Certainly.
my
He puts his
quarters.
hand up for a high five.
Vesperin gives a wholehearted high five.
Yes. That was good.
She focuses on his elbow when she's going in
Yeah,
to give him a
solid.
high five.
Solid slappage for sure.
Solid slap. Good contact.
I'm learning more and more about what the enclave of druids were like with Kijani. The more and more.
They,
Like,
they were
okay.
they were stoners.
Yeah, yeah. I had to, like,
They were
I'm
definitely
not saying
into
this,
some
but
high
I'm like,
fives.
okay,
some
we're
high.
getting an idea as to what they were
vibes.
about.
Listen, our whole existence was based around being away from each other for half a year at a time. When you come back, it is time for revelry and appreciation of one another.
And a
It is
high
important.
five.
And a high five.
And a high five.
Yeah, so you guys find modest accommodations. There's a large feather bed with a quilt and nice cotton sheets in each room. There's a silver wash basin that is enchanted to have. You can change the temperature of the water in the basin by touching various runes. There's a silver mirror and a small writing desk in each room, as well as a trunk that can lock with a command word. You can set the command word when you lock it, and come back later and open it with that same command word.
Vestern will place her belongings in the trunk and lock it.
Okay.
She'll lean her staff up against the corner, like a corner in the room. She will lay out her writing set on the table, planning to come back to it after the meal.
Okay.
And then she'll go back to the main
Head
room.
back downstairs? Sure.
Yeah.
Sargent will go to his room and go about the very surprising and methodical process he takes of taking off his armor and like shoring up his gear for the next day. And so he's, you know, he's used to not having a desk, but since he has a mirror, he'll use one. He takes his shield and lays it face down on the desk, takes his blade off, lay it inside the shield, will take his crossbow, lean it up against the door with the quiver of bolts, and then we'll go about unloosening all of the
straps and
straps
buckles.
and things for the mail. It's kind of difficult, but he gets it, and he lays it all neatly on top of, the chair for the desk. It takes off his boots, cleans off any takes a moment to look at his boots and get off any mud or anything like that. And for a moment, he'll just sit there on like the trunk or whatever, and just he sits there quietly for a moment, just thinking, and then he tries real hard. He like reaches down inside of himself and tries to stretch whatever muscle it is that is the vertice that he has, which he hasn't ever really tried to do anything with. Other than the passive thing, he's never once tried to activate the vertice itself. So he's just taking the second to try and push that.
Okay.
After seeing Ganyan and everything,
Yeah.
and then he'll go join everybody for dinner. He does keep a dagger on him,
Okay.
his side or whatever like that, but everything else is upstairs.
All right. Anyone else?
There's something that I'll do before we go to bed, but not right now.
Okay. Anyone else
Same.
before heading to dinner?
I think good.
Never mind. Go ahead, Jerry. This is a mechanical question, so it can wait a while.
Tofos
Honestly.
walks about the inn. Like, how many floors are there? 3 floors. Okay.
Ground one
walks-
and 2.
Okay. Walks about the all about like just seeing, because I guess there's no one else here, but he's just looking at windows, and he goes outside and just walks around the quick stroll around just to see what, if someone were to try to like attack the inn, where might they come from?
Okay. The inn is not by any means a defensible structure. It has plenty of vulnerabilities. There's a back deck, actually, that looks out over a small catfish pond surrounded by trees. Everything over here is surrounded by trees, but like basically there's a back deck with a bunch of rocking chairs on it. There's a stone fire pit that has a mechanism above it for catching the smoke to smoke the fish, and then a catfish pond. There's a little boy, like a 10-year-old, sitting down at the dock on the catfish pond. There's multiple entrances. The one on the back porch, the one from the front of the inn, and you can hear as you walk around the peal of hammer on iron from the forge as well.
Okay.
Yep. And as you head back inside, you can smell the smell of sautéed onions and garlic and cooking bacon. as the baked potato soup is being prepared. As you all head in, he calls out the man that you saw when you first walked in. The proprietor of the Green-Wheeled Respite calls from the kitchen. Be just about 10 more minutes or so. And you begin to think to yourself, I thought I heard someone in the forge, but he's clearly wearing blacksmith clothes. But anyway.
I had that question, honestly, but I assumed there was more than one blacksmith.
Yeah, his wife is also a blacksmith.
Ah.
Which you may, if you choose to dawdle and wander, peek into the inn and see her. She has blonde ringlet, curly hair, pulled back into a ponytail. Keep it out of the way as she is hammering away at the forge while he cooks dinner. And as you all recongregate in the inn, in the main room, the food comes out. Beer is offered all around. If you'd care for it, Vestron certainly paid for it.
Well, 100%
All right.
take the beer.
I'll have one as well.
Sure. And it's a peaceful. It's a good meal. It's a good meal. Hearty. There's some dried beef jerky to go along with it. No fresh meat, unfortunately. But it is filling and delicious. As you're all sitting down to eat. This is the wrong music.
Oh, I forgot that I turned this thing off.
Can I ask a mechanical question?
Yes, of course.
How do I know which spells I know? So like if I'm going to prepare spells.
There's a spell preparation button at the top of the spell casting tab.
Yes, but like did I like choose? I can't remember if I like chose
if you
the
click on it,
cantrips that I knew.
If you click on
and
it,
then
you should
just
open up
select
a
from
window.
those?
Yeah, when you click
Yeah,
on the
it
spell
does.
preparation, everything in this section is spells that you know, and the spells that are on your character sheet are the spells you have prepared.
Got
You
it.
drag
okay.
them off of this little dialogue that pops up. You have to drag them off of this
Yeah.
onto your character sheet when you prepare spells in the morning.
Got it. Okay, so
Uh,
there are other cantrips, other first level spells that I have
That
not
you
learned
know.
yet.
Oh yes, for sure.
Okay,
Oh,
okay,
yes.
but I may have an opportunity to learn those either through level ups or other.
Correct. I forget
Other
how it works
mechanisms.
for wizards in this game. I think you can spend.
You
some
still
money.
add two. You still add two you still get two at level up, but you can also there's a learn a spell activity.
Learn
Yeah.
a
Roll
spell
to see if
activity.
you get it. Yeah, you can learn. Yeah.
Does it cost
Gotcha.
gold?
No. Yes.
That's what I thought.
But do the circumstances have to be specific, or can I just do that every time I have downtime and like just build up a?
need
You have to have access to
Access to the spell in its written form, or someone who can teach it to you.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so just so now. Okay, I
Yep.
just was curious. I wanted to
Sure.
clarify that before we got till level 15.
And you had forgotten
Okay.
that you could have
Cool.
been doing that this whole time. Yes. Awesome. Okay. As you're all sitting eating, except for Kijani, who's not eating, obviously. Kijani, you're feeling a little bit fatigued. A large part of today's journey was through that kind of redwood forest, which is just like very filtered sunlight.
Yeah.
But it's not mechanical in any way yet. You just like are a little frustrated, a little hangry.
Is your food tasty?
It's
It's very
It's-
nice.
quite good. I'm sure they would offer you some if you're interested. I know it's not what you typically consume.
No, it's fine. It's okay.
Is there anything I can get?
No.
Sir, I know it's a long shot, but do you happen to have something called Sunny Drink?
Kijani cuts a very like no, they don't. Look,
It doesn't matter if they did.
I know of a cocktail called Sunny D. I can whip one up for you. It involves
No, it is a drink
cinnamon
that is
liqueur.
compressed sunlight.
No, I ain't got nothing like that. Sorry.
Thought I'd ask.
Sure. At this point, the front door to the inn swings open. The man looks up with the proprietor looks up with a smiling face to greet the incomer, and you can see on his face as he sees who's coming in before you whip around to see, his smile kind of wavers a little bit as you turn around to see about 15 or 20 men walking into the inn. They are wearing very similar attire to the white-robed soldiers that you saw yesterday, except their robes are of the deepest crimson, with black rope-like adornments. As they walk in and have their glyphs showing, none of them is below a 40. Some of them are exceeding the 60s.
Do I know? Would I be able to identify this group?
Just by the this would not necessarily identify. It looks familiar to you. They're a branch of the military. It's like a Rangers sort of situation. It's a special ops.
Got it.
Specific task force of the military. As they enter. Welcome to the Greenwheel. And he gets cut off. Sir, we need rooms for the night. Yes, sir, of course. I only have 12 rooms left. That won't do. I need 15 rooms. I apologize, sir. I only have the 12 remaining. It's unusual for me to have such a busy.
We
I
got
don't
one
care
for
about
each
your
of us,
business
right, Sid?
practice.
Yeah, Veteran stands up and says, I'm sure that we can come to some arrangement. One of our rooms will likely be vacant for the evening. And I'm sure that
I put
Some
my
of
key
our-
on the counter as well.
some of our party can double up.
It's very kind of you, miss. Thank you for your service to the Royal Army. He takes the key off the table. He puts down
I'm
3
also
gold.
putting.
Ting.
Yeah.
For you, and then also pays the proprietor. He puts on 3 gold for your party, and then pays the proprietor for the rest of the rooms.
We should add the 3 gold to the party
Party, yeah. Party
pot.
sheet.
I don't. Can somebody? I don't know how to do that. I can't
Yeah, I got you.
remember from last time, so because I'm a dumbass. So,
Barkeep, if I might have a drink for each of my men. Gentlemen, do not overindulge. We have a long day tomorrow. Yes, sir. Coming right up. And he scurries back behind the bar to prepare the drinks. As the apparent spokesperson leader of the group ascends the stairs, goes right upstairs, and you don't see him again. Is the rest of the
I thought I could. Can I add gold to the stash?
Yeah, should be able to.
I don't see an option.
Well, stash. Add. I can. I'll go ahead and do it.
I got it. I will. So the way we have to do it is by putting it on our character sheet and dragging it over.
I see.
um,
I can
It
add
doesn't
to the
really-
stash.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
doesn't really want us to do it, but that's all. It doesn't. It's not the big of a deal.
Yeah.
It is easy to modify once it's here.
Mhm,
No, it's not. No, it's not.
No,
It's the
I
same
can't
thing.
do anything to it. Yeah. Maybe we don't have permissions for party badge.
That could be true. I'll look at it. Anyways, I gave you 3 gold and I put it in the stash, so there it is.
Yeah. Sorry, Cam. What was that?
Yep.
I don't even remember. I was considering like trying to find the lowest ranked among them and trying to get information about the coming war, but I doubt very much that they will be forthcoming with somebody who's lower rank.
as they each get their beer from the bar in a nice orderly line and then disperse into little cliques and groups around the little tavern room. Some of them begin asking for some of that amazing smelling soup. The bartender is happy to comply and provide for them. You start to see a couple of them go back up for maybe a second beer and maybe a third.
Do I see any Leshy?
No. Sorry, friend.
Are any of them who are relatively close to me in rank overtly inebriated?
Make a perception check for me. A blind perception check. Okay. Inebriated is a strong word. There are some of the lowest ranked individuals who are getting a little bit tipsy. There's a young human woman who is mid 40s, 44, and she's actually probably like 25 years of age. She's got a rank of 44.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, that was not clear. But she seems to be one of the younger, one of the lower ranked. But she and another young woman who's in the group, they're actually, it's about 50-50 women and men. But another young woman who's in the group are at a booth together, and they have switched to whiskey. And they are kind of laughing with one another, chuckling to themselves. It's a merry atmosphere, but it's clear that there's a tension just below the surface with these guys.
Vesserin. Vesserin walks over to these two women, very much trying not to like appear threatening, of course. And she walks up and says,
"Oh,
do you mind if I join you for a moment?"
They look at one another. "Not at all. Take a seat. Thank you for the kind hospitality earlier."
Oh, well, I didn't want to have any trouble for any reason.
That was wise. The commander does like to throw his weight around. Silly, really. Maria and I share a bit anyway.
Fair enough. Yes, I'm sure that someone in our party will be able to share as well. I couldn't help noticing you are of the oh, I'm so sorry, I can't remember the name of the outfit, but it's sort of a special forces outfit, right?
Let's name them.
But you said they were red?
Yes.
The
red
Crimson
wheeled...
Wave.
Okay.
The red wheel in.
You say they were like specialized rangers, like
Rangers, like army rangers, not like D&D rangers.
Gotcha.
They are because they are like wizards and sorcerers.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Definitely spellcasters of high repute. Let's just do something alliterative. They're the Ruby Regiment.
Ah, I love it. Okay.
Ruby Regiment.
You all must be part of the Ruby Regiment.
Indeed, yes, well spotted. I see you have a glyph. Have you recently become a citizen? You don't look native.
I've actually been a citizen for 10 years, but I've been studying in Vitrusari, so
she seems to have a opinion about Vitrusari, but go ahead.
I know how it's seen by the rest of the nation, but
it's a debaucherous party house. Get nothing done. But They have a respectable school.
I did learn a few things there.
Well, I'm glad to hear.
In fact, I'm so glad the conversation turned to Vidrusari. We were just there actually, and the mayor mentioned that we're to go to war.
Yes. Bloody business.
Hopefully
it can be avoided by a show of force.
I don't want you to divulge anything you're not at liberty to, but what's the situation with that? Who are we waging war on?
I'm afraid I'm really not supposed to say.
I understand.
Do you want to make a diplomacy check?
I would love to do that. That sounds like my favorite thing in the world to do.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, she's pretty close, tight-lipped on this, despite being slightly tipsy at the moment.
Sure. Well, is your outfit meant to be shipped out soon then?
Oh, we're heading to Vidrusari to meet with the mayor, go over some security details. It's the most exposed city in Veonia. While it certainly is capable of protecting itself, we would hate for any of Veonian secrets or citizens to come under danger.
I
From there,
see.
I'm sure we'll teleport to our next assignment.
Well, I appreciate the time. I certainly don't want to keep you. You, I'm sure, have had a long day of marching. Thank you for your service.
And for you for your hospitality. Good evening.
Vesrin goes back to the rest of the party seated at, I'm sure, an isolated table.
Yeah.
So it appears that they are. This is the Freebie Regiment. They're all on the way to Vidrusari as sort of a security force. There seems to be some concern that the city may come under attack, or it's at least vulnerable. I couldn't get them to tell me any particulars about the coming or perhaps present war. I don't know that there's anything else to find out, to be honest with you.
It's good information to have. Well,
Yeah.
even if it is secretive, it's important to somebody, to something.
There was no one attacked Veonia, correct?
That's not something that they said.
No, I'm saying as someone who lived in Veonia, you heard nothing of someone attacking Veonia, an act of war.
So above table, my assumption is no, because everybody found the declaration of war to be
Yes.
unanticipated.
Gotcha.
So
So
no, I haven't.
so
heard of
Veonia is attempting to invade another country.
Well, one of the women over there mentioned that it's a bloody business, but hopefully it can be resolved quickly with a show of force. So I'm not sure that invasion is necessarily the motivation. It may just be a preemptive strike.
They mean to crush their opponent.
Yes.
They have no will to fight.
Perhaps there's a geopolitical adversary that has gotten too big for their britches, as the saying goes.
Well, we know it is not Astropol. Let's be honest.
Could be.
They do not have the technology without the magic.
That's why I'm asking if Vienna is simply trying to invade another country and take it over.
That may be. I mean that it's possible that this regiment has been fed propaganda and see their. Oh yeah, we're muttering amongst ourselves.
The next closest nation would be the Ganfar Collective, and I would honestly be very saddened at their demise.
As would I, but it would be a roundabout way to get there. Sailing out of Ayanaya, wouldn't it? Or excuse me, Vijayasari, wouldn't it?
Not if they intend to use a show of force. Usually that means attacking from multiple fronts. It could be that this is the beginning of a march on all directives.
If they mention teleporting, they could be going anywhere.
That's true, but I'm referencing the large army that we saw marching through Vijayasari.
Well, that is the only port in Varanaya, is it not?
Certainly there are the small ports.
That can get
It
to
is
the
the main
Ganfar
one.
Collective?
Yeah.
Above Taylor, where is the Ganfar Collective?
Down here.
Ganfar Collective is down here. That's right.
Yeah. So Vesrin will say, yes, but they would have to sail all the way around Mythonos. That seems very roundabout. They could just march south.
We're sitting. Our tokens are where Vijayasari is.
Yes.
Yes, and Kijani could tell you that marching south through the plains and the sort of Serengeti Sahara is not too big of an issue. Marching an army across the Glasslands it's like the Dead Marches. It's a swamp.
Well, mostly what I mean is like marching through these plains and setting sail off of
yeah, that's totally
one of these coastlines.
But to have a port big enough to house the Royal Navy there, I do not think that they are capable. And they would not march across the Glasslands. It would be a fool's errand, even for these mages.
That's
Unless
true.
it is not the Ganfar Collective they're after.
They could be invading Mythonos.
Astropor?
Astropor.
I'm
Again,
sorry. God
they
damn
have-
it. I keep... yes, Astropor. Mythonos is
Again.
the whole planet, right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
They
that's
have
it,
tried
sorry.
and tried and tried again. Our history books, though skewed obviously in a certain perspective, have told us that these magicians, they are not fit for war in Astropor. They could be going to... He kind of nervously looks at Topharos. There are other nations.
I don't know why they would want to go after Kazabazor.
I don't know why they would want to go after anybody. They are powerful enough.
Well, it's a situation of taking things that they want. Based on what we were taught as children, there's no reason why they wouldn't seek to take control of something that they don't have. But then again, let's say hypothetically speaking, I would Topharos will use word hypothetically. Let's say for
Too big a
example,
word for Topharos.
yeah, let's say for example, the war is motivated by the Veil Corps or something. It could be trying to invade Astropor somehow.
To recover... the
There
corpse
could be
of the-
more to it. I'm
the
just saying
corpse of the
that
Veil.
yes.
Sure, but they would have to know where it is. I mean, unless
That's all.
Ganyan decided to sell information while he was here.
He
I
could
don't
have.
think that's out of the realm of possibility.
It's also possible that other people know about it, not just Ganyan and us.
Well, I think we are already headed in the right direction to know that. The Count should be able to fill us in more on that. I still think... I mean, sending a Jin Admiral and a royal army that is based mainly of magicians, The likelihood that it is. The likelihood that where we are from is the target is very low on the list of probabilities in my head.
Not unless they found a way. Not unless they found a way to get around all the 3 laws.
Oh, you mean by all of them getting vertices? That is the only way that we
Not
have ever heard of.
necessarily. I mean,
It's the only way anyone has ever heard of.
not unless someone killed the Sphinxes.
Oh, sure.
I need for everyone to roll an eavesdropping check.
Like we're eavesdropping, or people eavesdropping on us?
You're eavesdropping if you'd like to.
I would- yeah,
What is
I
it?
would-
Eavesdrop? Just
Is that a
perception?
thievery check?
You could
A
use
stealth check?
perception or thievery, your choice.
Okay. Is it blind?
This is blind, right?
Yes. And Sari can smolder if you don't mind.
Okay.
That gives you like 5e advantage, by the way.
Just make eye contact with one
There you
of
go.
one of the members of the Ruby
Drunk
Regiment.
women.
Yeah,
I will make eye contact with the on the table though. I will make eye contact with the guard that Vesperin was talking to and Smolder.
Okay. She is a little bit tipsy. She sees you catch her eye. She looks back at you. And turns back to her friend, and they continue drinking. You do get the impression that she's very romantically, physically friendly with her female companion. That's not an exclusive scenario, maybe, but that at least is evident. Kai and Ollie managed to overhear snippets of conversation from a nearby group. This one is a pair of young men who are not as jovial as the rest. They're a little bit grumpy. They're a little bit, actually, probably a little bit older for this group. They're drinking, but not super heavily. They're kind of talking under their voices. It's just so damned inefficient. I don't know how they're going to raise the entire fleet. Doesn't make any fucking sense. We should just teleport there. What do you mean? That's what's so fucking inefficient. These teleports, they're not cheap. Yeah, but it's faster. We could be there right away. Well, sure, but I mean, hard enough to get the 15 of us anywhere, let alone a whole fucking fleet. Yeah, the 15 of us could do it. Ah, shut your trap, Arson. You know we couldn't. Out of our territory, dangerous waters. Not even waters. One of them notices you kind of just barely sort of they hush their conversation.
Yes. Does that what being at that I am a sailor, does that have it like does that trigger any like stories that I've heard before? Like
The way it's
legends
worded,
or
probably not.
Okay.
Yeah.
But so
I mean,
when,
is there-
can you? I was harping on like there was the not what like, what would you say just there?
It's dangerous waters. It's not even waters.
Thank you. Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's ambiguous enough where I don't feel like I would know anything just based off of that.
They
Yeah,
said
I-
the 15 of them could handle it or take
That
care of
is-
it. Or...
that guy-
One of them
that guy
seems to
thinks he can.
imply that the 15 members of this Ruby Regiment detachment could handle the
Is
whole
there any-
mission.
Is there any way that I could maybe gather, like, if that's just him being like arrogant about
Oh, for sure.
him and
Yeah.
the
Sense
whole
motive?
like group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I mean,
and sense
or if
motive
it were
for
just
me.
like, yeah, I think the other option I'm looking for is like, oh, he's being arrogant, or he's just like, actually alluding to like this is like maybe just like throwing over a government somewhere and taking the shit over. I'm trying to find the check right now. I'm
You're good.
stupid.
Sense motive
It's
is a
a
perception
Perception check. It's a hidden perception check.
Got it.
Perception real strong in this game.
And I rolled that publicly. I'm sorry.
That's fine. It's not awesome, but you are able to mostly determine that, at least according to the way that the other person responded, there's no way that 15 people can accomplish the mission that they're attempting.
Okay.
He was just being kind of a bravado, ballsy asshole.
Like they might be able to accomplish like one part of their major task, but it would not.
Yeah.
It would then fall to shit.
Okay. I'm down with that.
All right. Anything else this evening?
As
On our-
Kijani like
Go ahead. Sorry.
as Kijani goes like outside to find rest, he'll just post up by a tree. And he is a little fatigued, and he starts to doze off, and he goes, "Oh, yeah, I suppose it's been a little bit, huh?" And he'll kind of sit up, and he'll use hard light to make a scarf that looks like the one that Evie gave them as kids, but instead of being made of cloth, it's made of a bunch of little flowers that are the exact same flower that he took from his mother that he practiced making over and over and over. And he'll sit back down and he'll like kind of cover his mouth, and he just starts recanting what's happened since reuniting with his friends, as if he's talking to his mom. So first I was walking to the park, and then, yeah, I didn't even notice him at first. And then he'll just keep talking until he kind of dozes off.
Okay.
Besserin will go up to her room and will sit down at the writing desk and begin to keep a journal of recent events, similar to kind of what Kijani is doing, and will plan to periodically add to this journal. This is also how she's going to go about spell preparation for the next day.
Okay. Sounds good.
On the way upstairs, Kai is going to just kind of let everybody know kind of what we overheard. Not that it's particularly important, but I wanted everybody to know because like I was actually listening.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to say it around any of the soldiers. So
all of you let's see, what kind of checks do player characters have in this game? How do you play this game?
pretend.
Usually.
How about you roll a recall knowledge society check. Society checks, if you'd like.
Do I get one of those
Yes.
two?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Oleander, since I didn't give that to you at first.
So is that just a society check?
Yep.
Just
Not
them.
real smart.
right?
Sorry, no, everyone that he's not telling you all kind of the conversation you overheard. Everyone can roll a society check.
Oh, okay. Here
I
it
am
comes.
using my hero point.
Okay, and
Oh, yeah.
society check
Yeah.
is blindly done.
Yeah, I might as well also use my hero point at 9:38.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, then it's with
Sorry.
advantage.
Is,
No, you're
is
fine.
recall knowledge a
Blind
trained?
check.
Is it trained?
No.
It's not? Okay.
I think it is technically, but I think that he's making an exception for this one.
All right, I've done two now, so
Yeah,
I
your
don't-
first one was better, but that's fine.
Okay.
I'll use my hero point of the session.
Kai, Besrin,
Oh
Kijani.
man, shoot! I'm so sorry. So
It's okay.
sorry.
No worries. No worries. We'll take it. Kai, Besrin, Kijani. And that's it. The first thing that comes to your mind at this conversation is Elisera, the floating islands that hover near the Spiral Sea over Astropor. Sort of the conversation would lend itself that they could teleport there, or they could. At the top of the conversation, he mentioned that they would have to raise all the ships, and how inefficient that is from a magical energy perspective.
AJ heard that as just like gathering
Muster,
them all.
Yeah, raising the army, kind of.
Mustering the ships.
It did feel kind of weird to say it about ships, but like I just didn't question it.
Yeah.
Interesting. Now that would be a troubling situation for sure.
It seems that it probably is a troubling situation.
Sorry, what's on the floating island? Remind me.
Yeah. So Elisera is home to the Strix and the sort of air Ganassi, air elementally imbibed creatures, the Sylph. It's not like a primitive place, but it's more. It doesn't have the same level of technology that, say, Astropor does, despite the proximity. They prefer kind of a simple sort of farmstead life. They don't have a very strong centralized government.
Okay.
They have communities. It's almost like tribal. They aren't nomadic per se, but because they can fly all about the island, they don't really settle down into permanent structures.
Okay.
At least.
So why would
the Strix don't? The Strix are a sort of half-bird, avian type humanoid, not like Kai. Kai is a Tengu. Kai's people can't fly. They just look like birds. Strix are kind of the opposite. They look like humans but have feathered wings.
So would I be aware of anything of value on that floating island that Veonaya would be after?
Does anybody have like? I know you don't. Nobody has like a Warcraft lore, or any sort of relevant skill.
Animal
I just have forest
husbandry?
lore.
I have local politics.
You should
Have
have a
civic
background.
guard lore.
You should have a background lore too, Mason.
Huh? I have
Okay,
agriculture
engineering
and
lore.
forest. And
Oh, okay. Sorry. You said. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, you can roll a politics lore. Check. Just recall knowledge
Okay.
of politics lore. The DC is going to be kind of high.
yeah.
It's not a really super relevant check. Okay. You're not sure what sort of stuff might be on Elisera that might be valuable to Veonaya, but Elisera kind of has all the same value that like a Pearl Harbor situation has.
Oh, so it's tactically valuable.
Yes.
I see.
If
Yeah, because then they could aim down on Astropor without having to go into Astropor.
theoretically they could fashion projectiles that would bombard. That's a stretch. It's still a long way from Astropor, but
But it's a
it'd be-
staging area.
it'd be
I
much
mean,
closer for them. Yes.
interesting. Okay. 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 Noted.
And with that, we are going to wrap up for the evening, as you all will get another long rest. I'll go ahead and click that button here. And I don't believe that we earned experience points from the exams. Did we?
I don't think so.
No.
I
No,
don't
we
remember
didn't.
if we do.
We did not.
Okay. All right. Yes, the exams and for the information gathering that you have just done, I will go ahead and apply some experience to everyone. Oh, I need to do everyone. Everyone gets experience this time.
Level 2, yay!
What XP should we be at? Question mark.
I don't think he's done. I don't think he's done it yet.
3,000.
There we go.
Oh, wow.
That is actually a lot more than I expected. All right.
Yeah, the exam was supposed to be is a pretty substantial chunk of level 1. And
Yeah,
that is where
so
we're
well
going
as a
to
team.
call it for tonight. Good night, Twitch.
Bye,
Good night,
Twitch.
See you
Bye,
next week,
Twitch.
I think. Yeah. All right. Bye.